Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kim Barrett Show. I am your host, Kim Barrett, and on today's episode, we are driving. This is our very first ever driving episode. Carpool karaoke. No, I'm joking. We're on the way down to our Mastermind in Bustleton in Western Australia. Myself and the man, Chris Benetti. He'll be on the episode with us soon. Don't you worry, he's holding the cam for us nice and steady. And we cover all things why a mastermind is important. All things on separating yourself from your business to see the benefits. There's at least 3 that we're going to share with you on this episode. I hope you really enjoy it. If you want to find out more about our mastermind, head over to www.mogulmastermind.com.au, M-O-G-U-L, Mogul. But until then, let's jump into the show. Guys, Kim Barrett here. Today I can't really look at you because we're driving down south for our mastermind, and that's what today is all about, is the power of a mastermind, the benefits, and why you should consider taking yourself outside of your business to help you grow. Now, I've been running this mastermind now for 3.5 years. I've been going to masterminds for the better part of 10 years, and I can say that every single time I come away with a tangible benefit. Now, there's 2 overarching benefits that most people would assume that they're going to receive. Now, number 1 is obviously content. Because most of the time, if you go away for a mastermind, you're going to be learning content. You're going to be learning information from other people that are maybe where you want to be, or maybe they're like a few steps ahead, or they've learned something that you want to implement in your business. Now, they are the most ideal people to learn from, right? And that's what you're going to get from going to these events. Now, for me, the biggest and best content doesn't necessarily always get delivered on the stage, doesn't always get delivered in front of the room. Now, it is good, don't get me wrong, by all means, and that's why I bring some of the best speakers in the world along to share. But for me, the best content comes from the interactions and the conversations that happen after the event. Whether that be on a break, whether that be during lunch, whether that be once the event's finished and people are having drinks around a bar, that's where people start to share, and they start to give advice and feedback and really openly and honestly share what's working for them. And for me, I get tons of benefit from listening to people when they're on stage, but I also get a phenomenal amount of benefit from the connections and conversations that we have outside of it. And that really is the second big benefit, is the network. I was just chatting with my good friend Chris Benetti. He's holding the camera for me today as we're filming, so we're not doing this dangerously. I'm not trying to film myself selfie style. But when we were chatting about it, the big reason for him for coming down to the Mogul Mastermind is to get to know other people, is to network. You know, I think it was Jim Rohn that originally said that your network is your net worth. So the more people that you know, the more connections that you build, the more friends that you can have in business, the better. Because if you're someone who has an online business, if you're someone who works from home, we all know this from the COVID years, which is that it can be lonely. And you feel like you're the only one going through these things. And if you can start to build a network of really good business owners and support of people who are doing similar things to you, who are wanting to grow, it just means that you have a network that you can share those issues with. You can share when you've got a win. You can share when you've got a loss. Because we are not any different to one another, right? We all go through similar ups and downs. Some weeks we might have phenomenal new deals, biggest deals ever. Other weeks might be like, I just lost a client, or I've got an overdue BAS payment or something like that. All of those things can creep up on you as a business owner. And if you can share those problems with others, it always helps. And it allows you to create bonds with people that you can't do online, you can't do through a Zoom chat. So for me, I always like to go to rooms where I can connect with people. And that's why I bring not only the best speakers, I always make sure I bring amazing quality of members who come in, because they're people that I want to hang around with. We have a very strict policy, which is a policy that I stole from Google, which is the bar test. And then what their assessment is like, if you were to go to sit in a bar at an airport and you had a delayed flight, how long could you last with that person? How long could you last with that team member, that client, that customer? And that's, to me, what I always look at is like, could I spend several hours waiting? You know, it doesn't have to be drinking. You could be drinking, non-drinking, non-alcoholic beer is fine. But could you spend time with them? And all of our masterminders, I would hands down say yes. Because we have a very strict policy on that. We like to make sure that everyone that we bring is going to add value, is going to be a nice person to hang around, because we spend 3 days together. We do activities together. We do leadership and team bonding activities together. You want to make sure that you've got a good person to hang out with. So that's hugely important, and that's why we like to bring them together. Now, there's one extra bonus benefit, which is that you take yourself out of your environment. You take yourself out of the environment, then you're in every day. So if you've ever had a problem, I used to work in IT. I was a general manager of an IT company. If you're ever facing an IT problem, I would always just turn everything off and leave, and then come back. Go for a walk around the block, go do something else, and then come back later. Because I know that if I'm sitting there, I haven't been able to solve that problem yet with the mind frame that I was in. I have to go out and think about something else. I have to go out and distract myself. So these sorts of events are hugely powerful, and that's why we like to do them, at least a couple of them a year in different locations. We're going on the way down to Busselton in Western Australia. We've done some on the East Coast. We do some in different areas of Perth City. But at least then you get to take time out of your business where you're not sitting at your desk where you've been all day. You're not sitting at the desk where you are every day trying to solve client problems. You're in a completely new environment. And it's hugely powerful. I know that actually today as well, two of our old masterminders, phenomenal, badass business bosses, Jasmine Kemp and Eva Brooklita, I hope I pronounced that right, Eva, they're on their way down to Margaret River as well to take some time out to work on their businesses for a couple of days because they want to separate themselves from their business and give yourself brain time to think. Your brain is similar to a muscle. Like, yes, you can go to the gym every day and train biceps, but you need to give it a little bit of time to recover. So if every day you're solving problems, you're thinking about how to overcome things and trying to find solutions, you need to give your brain a little bit of a rest, and you'll be really, really surprised when you come back how creative you are, how fast you can solve problems, because you've given yourself a little bit of space. That space to rest, that space to think, and it's hugely powerful. Now, if you're someone who's going like, yes, I'm a business owner, I own my own business, that sounds like something that I need, awesome. I highly encourage you, go over to our website, www.mogulmastermind.com.au, and see what we're up to and see what we're about. Check us out on social media. You'll see a lot of stuff from this event because by the time this episode drops, should be all over social media, all the exciting stuff we've been up to. And I highly implore you to check it out because it is pretty cool. It's just a good thing to do to get out of your business and hang out with other business owners, learn, connect, and grow. And as I said, if that's something that you need in your business, which nearly everyone needs, I'm not saying you have to do it with us, but go and explore, go to a few events, go travel around, and you'll be surprised at how much better you feel when you come back from them as well. Of course, we always like to make sure that you implement stuff. So if you come to ours, we're going to make you do things. You're going to have to apply some stuff in your business. It's not just sit and listen. It's actually apply. Because learning is great, but if you don't do it and you just sit there and learn it, you don't actually know it. So that's why we like to apply things straight away. So I implore you to do that. Until next time, I'm Kim. Y'all have been awesome. Chat soon.